Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dairy Raid. And it's been a while since I've been able to put up something new. I've been able to record something. The last things I've been able to record were the spring positional reviews and fall preview stuff, and I did that way back at the beginning of May and strung them out over a few days. And big reason is springtime is when my season runs. We play games from April until June, and then start up again in August and run through September. So April and especially May have been very busy with me, where I've had 4 practices a week, usually at least 2 games over the weekend. I have school events where I go out to the local schools and teach football. We had just this last weekend a big flag football event where we took students from a bunch of the local middle schools together and had a tournament in our city. So I've been busy. And that coincides with the down period in Badger football. Outside of recruiting right now, there isn't a huge amount to talk about. And I leave the recruiting stuff to the people who have a lot more time and are a lot better at analyzing recruiting stuff than me to put out that content. So, but now we're hitting into what we call our summer break here, and I'm going to have a little bit more time to be working on stuff, but to at least get something out and to show that the channel is not completely dead here in the summer months. What I've done is, after our most recent game this past weekend, is when we met to do our film analysis as a team in a casual meeting. This would be on Tuesday. I screen recorded it. So we're going to have me breaking down my team's film from our most recent game which we lost. But you're going to be able to hear how I take the game and break it down for my Citizen Soldier players who only have a couple days a week. So I've got to really break this stuff down and simplify it so that they can understand it. And also gives us some film for you guys to see on here and see my version of the air raid, or at least what I try to do with the team I've got right now. So that's what we got here. So we're going to be joining this meeting. Again, this is from Tuesday, Tuesday the 4th of June. If you're looking at the calendar, we're going to join this meeting already in progress. Hope you enjoy, and I hope we're starting to bring some more content out for you guys as we get into the summer months. All right, we'll see you at the end of the video.
But we left a lot on the field, which is good. That means that we don't have to go back to the drawing board when we play these guys again in the playoffs. There's some things that we need to work on, and things that you guys need to start being ready to work on this summer and on your own time, because we can't magically make people appear to give us better depth at positions that we don't have depth right now. So we've got to learn either to play tired or learn to not get tired so quickly. But overall, every week offensively, we are scoring more touchdowns, getting more points, getting more yards. There we go. But also at the same point is we have too many guys having to play both ways, and that kills them. So there's some things defensively that we definitely need to work on. But all in all, we're trending in the right direction. Pay attention to where we were at this point last year. We had 3 wins at this point. That was because we played the Hurricanes, the Vikings, and the Badgers. You look at the games against the teams that we've played, we're scoring 10 more points a game than we did at this point last year. We're giving up 2 more points, but we're moving the ball a lot better. I think defense in the first 3 quarters is very much improved. We run out of gas in the 4th, but stuff to work on. All right, so let's get into it. This play started a little late, so we'll just look at the tackle and move on. Did you get warned at all, Una, for being offside?
Nope. I saw it later, and I think I'm on the hit.
To quote the former head of the Danish officials, Lining up in the neutral zone does not give you an advantage. So my thing is, if they don't say anything, I can do it. I mean, I noticed it through the whole game, but I didn't want to say anything. Yeah. So.
A few people when I film, like, when you need to do a D-line and stuff.
Yes, that's where I was going to go to kind of first here as something a theme to look forward going into it. It's like, okay, edge guys, we can move upfield, especially if we get a pass set. But interior guys, I think we had a lot of chances where the interior guys are just you're trying to beat your guy and you're not focused. Like even a little bit here, like Aaron, you're 2-3 yards upfield, which it's pass set. Okay, that's fine. But let's look later in the game where 36 really starts to kill us is he just starts running behind us. And also, I mean, when we're not occupying blockers up front, that can also make things tougher from behind. But that was a pass rush, so I'm not necessarily complaining there. Yeah. The critique I would give him here is, and he reacted great. Shouldn't stop his feet especially because his job is to be here. So as soon as he sees 15 commit in, he should be coming downhill, and he gets there. Even though he gets there late, he gets there the ball, which is good to see. But if he's less flat-footed, he makes a better play on the ball. All right. Moving on to offense. Again, we had 350 yards passing in this. We ran 75 offensive plays. Very good things. We had a lot of penalties. Yeah. We'll let this one run through. Okay, this is something we got better at this game, knowing what to do when the quarterback rolls out. We've talked about it. That okay, quarterback breaks away from you. Try to get on a level, come back to the QB. That's good. Some things that I want you guys to be looking at and paying attention to. Okay, like receivers. We had a lot of complaints that we weren't getting off press. Okay? And the reason is, like, right here, there's no route that we run for a receiver that the first thing you should do is go straight into. Okay? So whatever route you're running 51. Okay? So with the way that he's aligned, he's slightly on your outside shoulder so he can see inside. You should be attacking hard his inside shoulder. Like, borderline slanting on him, and then restack. Okay, here you run right at him. You're already covered. You know what I mean? Like if we're running 51 and looking on your side, the second you make contact with him, you're already covered. Even if you beat him later. Okay, so this is something that we need to work on. I'm telling MJ from now on, every receiver practice, you guys don't catch passes until you do release. Okay? I know you guys can catch, I know you guys can run routes, but we are shit at releases. You're not the only one, you're just the first one. Okay? I think we did a better job getting in space, but our releases definitely hurt us. Okay, but good job coming back to the ball, working on levels. Try not to have guys on the same level if we can, but just kind of occupy space. So we ever get in a situation kind of like this where you two are running at the same level, that's fine. You keep working to the sideline, and then you stop on the hash just to get a little bit more space. Not that it would have mattered. It was still a good spot and a great catch on the sideline. So I think we started out okay running the ball, or Yeah, running the ball. The problem when we play a team that runs the 5-2 is that slot receivers, you're basically responsible for the linebackers because it is extremely hard. And later in the game, especially when MJ couldn't run, for maybe one of the offensive linemen is going to get off to the second level. Because we're running 12 here, so we should have a double team here on the 3-tech. We'll have a single block on the nose, and we'll have a double team here. You know, backside linebacker we're probably not getting to, just the angle of the ball. Play side, I'd like to get a guy. But then slot receivers, you've got to really fire off the ball and then work into the ball. This goes for the other receivers too. We'll see later in the game some of these outside runs where we're just hanging on the line of scrimmage. Best thing that you guys can do is drive off the line and then look inside. And remember the rules that we always talk about with the blocking for the receivers: man on, man inside, third level. So attack out of your break, out of your stance, your first 3 steps. No man on, work to the next guy inside. Okay, so for both the slot receivers, that would be the linebackers. Let's look and see how we double team's pretty good. We got a pretty decent push, and we got decent yards. Against this kind of thing, same side run plays are going to be about the best that we can do. Okay, and we get Uda, you get off on the backside.
Yeah,
do decent job cutting them off. I think that might lead us to have to maybe we should start working on some second level cut blocks. Like you kind of see service academies that the option teams do.
Otherwise, you should just break down.
Well, yeah.
But what basically happens is I get a lot of momentum because leaning into the
Yeah.
but then he's like,
Yeah.
and then what I'm ready.
Yeah. So this was a decent push here at the beginning. I will say this is probably the best push we get all day is on these first couple ones. Yeah.
More probably, yeah.
All right, 53. All right, now this is pretty good timing, and I would tell MJ too. I think a big part of the reason why he tended to scramble around a lot, or he felt like he had pressure, is this is a one-step drop. So he should be catching it, putting his right foot in the ground, and then as soon as that right foot hits, he should be looking to get it out here. Now he gets it because we got a lot of space. Okay, that's a better release, Casper. Good job turning upfield. Pass blocking was pretty good. I thought our pass blocking, despite how much MJ was running around, I think the pass blocking was pretty good. There's some things we can work on, but again, when you're playing against a team that runs a 5-man front, either we're going max protect and full sliding away, or we just have to go big on big and hope they don't blitz. Yeah, basically. So with this one, if we go by the rules that we try to teach, you should have cut this in. But if you would have gotten hit right away. So it's because with this kind of alignment here, so Albert, we're going here. Go get vertical. Get off the line of scrimmage. I think what kind of hurts it a little bit is you step down before you step up. So you lean inside first. And I think what that kind of gives is a false sense of where Matt should be cutting here. I think if you just went directly upfield, there's a massive gap right there. But by the time the mesh is finished, now Albert, you're pretty deep. And that's a hard cut for you, Matt. He's a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he cuts that in. But I also think because we got a little late there, that maybe not seeing the read would have been there. So getting around the corner, Thomas, attack upfield. And is there a reason why he was playing slot on this play? Okay, fair enough. Okay, get upfield. Don't wait for that guy to come. Like if he just goes to here, there's a lane. But we get around the edge, finish the blocks. I mean, It's an 11-yard gain. I'm not complaining. Little things we can do to get better. All right. Spacing for receivers. And it's me picking on the new guy, but this thing to point out. We're on the wide side of the field. So outside receiver should be at the numbers. And slot receivers should split the difference. Unless we're running something specific that we want to have tight splits, but I don't think we are. Yeah, not really. All right, good effort. So kind of the same thing. Inside release for Thomas, try to get a little bit more depth. I think we could see this a little bit earlier. I think it's open there. If MJ puts a foot in the ground right there and throws. But that extra 2 steps kind of gets us in the wrong spot. Albert, you did run the wrong route. You should be running a slant. But again, you're normally a linebacker. And I like it that you're not cheating with the risk coach. All right. So a couple little things there. Timing and spacing. Pass protection is the rollout warranted? Yeah, I mean, he does beat you to the edge. I mean, no ifs, ands about that. If he is that wide, because he's obviously that wide because Albert's playing on his age.
The problem is, I'm pretty sure I hit.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but I filled it every.
Oh yeah, definitely. So one thing we can do with that, line up a little wider, more 1-by-1. Most of the time, this is fine. Run plays, it's certainly fine. But on pass plays, if you can cheat out as much as you can, especially if this guy here, like we play these guys again, he's lining up on your outside shoulder. Cheat out as wide as he's going to follow you.
All right.
If he keeps following, literally start 1-by-1, every play, take a step wider and see how far he follows you. And if he keeps following you, go to where he stops, and then we have a better angle there. All right.
But that was the only time it happened.
Yeah. Okay, so again with this, it would be really nice if Thomas was farther in. Because then what we could work is double crack on the Z and the Y to get some bodies on the second level, and then either have the H lead out or the H help inside. Because right here, I think we block it okay in the line of scrimmage, but there's an unblocked linebacker just standing there. And again, there's not a lot we can do that they're not respecting the formation and they're not widening the linebackers. They just bring a safety down. It also doesn't hurt help that we're on the 4-yard line. But it's the one guy that we can't account for. So if we get Thomas in a better alignment, and again, it's his first. He was literally at 2 practices, and I'm pretty sure we didn't run black that much at practice. But we get a little bit better alignment. Maybe we can get a guy to the second level and get that linebacker. We could also, run some kind of pin and pull where we block down and we get a linebacker out, try to get a little bit wider. But how are we doing on the backside? Do we get somebody to the backside linebacker? No, because Sebastian's just standing there. Yeah, what? Yeah, we shouldn't be blocking back down on outside zone.
Pretty sure.
Huh?
Isn't
27.
It should be 27. I mean, that's at least what I call.
yeah. It is probably. That's my.
Definitely do.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then we get. Okay. So, real quick. X receivers. You are always on the line of script, on the line. And you line up on the line 95% of the time, and the times that you don't is when we go in tight formation. So, always on the line. Okay?
Be fair, like that new guy didn't stand the formation.
Yeah, and that.
So sometimes he was actually C.
Always, if you're ever unsure, look next to you. If the guy next to you is off the line, you're on. Because the referee is only worrying about the guy who's on the line. So you look at him. If he's off, step up, look at the referee. Make sure you do it earlier and quicker, though. I did notice a couple times you got caught where he wasn't answering you.
Yeah, the ref did.
He doesn't have to. That's another thing that you probably don't know, that because usually they do. They are under no obligation to say anything. They 95% of the time they do, but if he's occupied looking somewhere else or whatever, technically he doesn't have. And most of the time you're fine. It's just this is one of those cases where you're not. Yeah.
There's some while I was looking at him.
Yeah.
I looked back and got my stance, and then we hit.
And that was another thing too, where sometimes the snap cadence got, or the rhythm got a little off. But you can never trust that guy is going to help you. Most of the time they do. Sometimes they're dicks. All right, so here's the 76 that we tried. You told me why you went inside. I forgot, Victor. Why did you go inside? Okay, so you were going to like post corner it?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so O-line wise with this, if on a rollout, if we're having problems getting outside blocks or anything like that, like we ended up having problems with later, the best thing actually to do is everyone blocks backside. And then so I think we need to have a line call where on a rollout, like the running back is supposed to be helping on the defensive end. And like when we run like Indy, we haven't run that in a long time, but where you guys all flash protect to the backside and that the running back has end, I think we need to have that call, because here, I think almost everybody gets beat outside. And then once we get beat outside, as soon as MJ starts running out, then they just run upfield. So now, and that drives him way back and, kind of kills everything. So I would rather have just everyone hard block down. If they want to run around you, let them run around to the backside, and then running back has the end. And then if anything, if MJ gets blown back by one guy, at least then he has a cutback lane because you guys are going to work under the backside. So that's a line call that we need to be ready for coming out of this one. Make sure guys on the backside know what the routes are on the backside of 70s. We haven't run 70s a ton, but first thing, pay attention if he says 76 or 56. Okay, so that means X has a post and H has a shallow cross. If you run out of space, go to the back line, run across the back line. And then for you, Albert, it would probably be more run across the goal line. He was never going backside. The only reason why he went to the backside on you later is because I specifically told him to go backside. And you guys see what happens when you listen to me. He scored a touchdown, but we'll see that later. And again, Thomas on the outside, inside release, sit down. That's actually not that bad. Yeah, I think if MJ had a little bit better vision, he could have seen that. All right. All right, so this was a really good job here with the late pitch. Like with this guy going as wide as he does, Good job tucking it inside, and really good job you guys keeping your pitch relationship. Get to the edge. Easy. Blocking wise, pretty okay. See a couple guys on their ass on the backside. See how that ended up happening. Yeah. Head down gets pulled. Now, that guy doesn't affect the play at all, but all right, not bad. All right. And on to the extra point. Okay? Now, to be fair, we installed the extra point on Thursday for this specific reason. So I could have something to sit here and talk to you guys about in meeting. I wish I could send this clip to everybody who said after the Spartans game, I wish you guys could kick a field goal. Why didn't you kick a field goal? Okay? And it has nothing to do with the snap. Yes, the snap was low. But kicking an extra point or a field goal it seems so easy for people who have not been right here. But, Casper, how much fun was that? Standing there and seeing all those bodies coming at you. Okay? The reason why we haven't been doing extra points has nothing to do with the snap or the hold or the kick. I know we got a snapper, I know we got multiple holders, and we got plenty of guys who can kick. Is this kick going in if the snap is good? No. Why? This guy's going to block it. Okay? Or edge guys are going to block it. Whatever. Okay? We need to be bigger and stronger on the inside for us to hold the block. Watch when they kick extra points. Okay? So, we can keep practicing this, but it's at that risk reward stage. Like, yes, we don't get a lot of 2-point conversions, but is the risk or the reward better for a 2-point than a 1? At our level, it's probably better to go for 2. Okay? But this is something we can work on. Because again, we've got the snap, we've got the hold, and we've got most of the blocking. But all it takes is one guy not getting low enough. And with this, guys, again, just lean in and get low. And again, it wasn't, your block is easy to see there, Casper, but everyone's stepping back. So we need to get better push. All right. Okay, like I complain about every week, move our asses inside. Okay? He's too wide because he's too wide because he's too wide because he's too wide because he's too wide. Okay? These two guys here have some leeway. He's a rookie. And you're what, 16? Okay? First game. Okay? But everybody else, okay? Nicholas should be here. Michael, you should be more here. Like the widest guy on the left side should be 2 to 4 yards outside of the hash mark. So real quick. Also, yes, Casper, put the ball down the middle. Or on the hash mark, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, guys, and I bark about this every week, but we're going to do it again. Why do I want to push everything to the side? Why don't I just have everybody spread out like every other team does in the world? Well, actually, you know what? Watch college football. 95% of the teams kick it from the half. Okay? Why? Because I want to cover 35 yards of the field instead of 52 and a half. Okay? With where you kick the ball, Casper, we can cover it. Okay? I want you to put the ball in the corner on the right side. Okay? I want these outside guys here to contain the hash. So literally, we can cover 33 and a half yards of the field. 33 yards. Instead of the entire field. Okay? That's why we do it. So, now, I should be paying attention to this. Okay, I'm probably all excited that we just scored and talking about how great we are over here with the guys on the sideline. Okay, I admit my fault in it, but we need to work better at this. Okay, because it makes it better. Because literally, if we can get guys lined up right and you can kick it where I want you to, we can cover kickoffs with 5 guys. Okay, we literally can drill it that way, and then the other 6 guys are there just because we have to have 11 guys on the. All right, so. As for your, form and technique, we can work on that. It's about finding the steps. So like we talked about with the field goals. So you can take as many steps as you need. We just need to find that rhythm because you got a killer leg. So that's not going to be an issue. All right. Now we need to run. I don't know why he fair caught that. Yes.
Was that why?
Yeah.
Fair caught?
And it wasn't even the guy who caught the ball. See, he's calling fair catch right there. And then it goes over his head. Okay? So just remember, and especially like new guys who might return kicks, I got it. That's fair catch. And as soon as you touch the ball, it's dead. So never put your hand up unless you mean it. He meant it, but he wasn't paying attention. And fine. I mean, that's probably one of the best kick coverages we've had all year. All right, back on D. Okay, so one thing that we need to kind of make sure we pay attention to is that, one, again, this is something that I should have pointed out. We ran way too much white on the backside. Like, the problem with what cover 1 or cover 0 is on the backside is we have no help. And eventually they make us pay for it. So we should have been in zone. But it is what it is there. Let's look at what we're doing on this side here, if what we could do is better. Your back pedal's fine, Mikkel. You just, in your reach step portion of your back pedal, you don't need to be going so fast. Because you're at 7 yards. By the time the ball's thrown, you're like at 10. And you don't need to be that far off. Because now you have to make up, and because you've got so much momentum going back, it's hard to get going. So those first 3 steps, be really casual. 1, 2, 3. And then once you make the read based on what you see in the backfield, you have time to catch up. It's hard to catch up when you're already too far back. So, and even if we're in zone coverage, doesn't matter what our coverage is out here, unless we are in cyan, which we weren't, the read steps are the same. Eyes in the backfield, okay. Quick setup by the QB, attack the ball, QB keeps dropping, find your receiver, run action, cover your receiver until you see empty hand. If we're in cyan, we're taking those read steps and reading the number 2 receiver. But we weren't in cyan in this game, on the backside. Okay, so now we're getting into what we were talking about earlier with too much penetration. That too. We had a lot of that. Yeah, and we watched film yesterday with the Wolfpack, so Nicholas knows he did way too much standing still. But we have to know what our read steps are doing. And using, not just penetrating. And let's make sure we pay attention to our pursuit angles. So running going away. Charles, you should be thinking, I want to clean up for the linebackers. And DBs want to be thinking, I want to be playing over the top. Okay, backside would pursue from the backside, but we end up getting too much of a cutback because we're being pushed too far downfield for everybody on the back end. Okay, so kind of same thing a little bit here. We talked about it at practice a little bit. Remember, in Cyan, you don't need to really backpedal. And the coverage that we put in for these guys was the Cyan double team on twins, and then the default would be Cyan and Trip. So, Trips and Cyan, 101 on the outside, Stinger and safety reading number 3. So you can just hang out on your line. You hang out at 5. When he passes you, then we know you've passed him off. Okay, inside. Okay, better job holding our ground. We just need to flow downhill better. Doesn't also hurt that we get a holding penalty. Well, luckily, they see it. But we've got to get way better flow. Standing still a lot. And we should never be stepping back as a linebacker. And I told him too, with the way we're running this with defense, I'm not even thinking about the middle linebacker and pass responsibility. Especially when we're in Cyan. We're 3/3 on this side, and we're essentially 3/1 on this side. So middle linebacker, if anything, you should miss because you're too aggressive. Okay? If you're the boundary linebacker, okay, re-step, but then you're just working for depth. Okay? This side, I'm not worried about. So you should never be caught flat-footed, and you should definitely never be backing up. Okay, but this was better. Okay, good job actually here, Albert. You beat him, and then you hang out a little bit. You don't just keep going upfield, and you're able to come down. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so like we talked about, what do we say about the quarterback when he rolls out? What's the number one thing we can't forget? This fucker. Okay? You know that's where he wants to go. So, now, let's see how we get there. Okay? First thing, I know Matar gets caught with this because he's got his eyes in the backfield. I already know. Because he's still running. Okay? And we said, what's his responsibility? 15. And 15 only. Okay? Now, do we get too much of an edge here? Probably. Try to get your inside hand down his middle. So you don't get caught because you kind of get caught with your inside hand down, and that allows him to get his outside hand on your back, and he just pushes you around the edge. Okay? Now, we're blitzing here, so now we don't have any B gap. One, because I believe we talked about it yesterday. I think we had a slant on here, and would have wanted him a little bit more outside. But now QB breaks the pocket. Who's responsible for the QB? Okay, flat defender. Okay, if we're in Cyan, flat defender is the nickel. Stinger. So you come down? Yes, you do. You do come down. He gets rid of it before that. Okay, that's fine. We've done our job there. But again, out here, Montar's looking in the backfield. Okay. In man coverage, you should not look in the backfield. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, so if you get beat on a rollout, it's because your eyes are in the wrong spot. Okay, let's look on the backside. Do we lose our receivers because the quarterback breaks the pocket? A little bit, because we get caught on the play action. Which again, if we were playing zone out here instead of man, that probably would have helped. But we don't have as much help. We just need to remember that If we're reading the backfield in man, that's fine. But until we see empty hands, we have to stick up our receivers. Okay, and right here we don't have empty hands because we can't see the ball. Because he does a pretty good job hiding the ball when he turns around. Now it doesn't matter because he rolls out. But again, eye discipline. Got bad discipline here. There's no way that MJ can help over the top. Nickelback, you're in the right spot because you have to be there for the slot receiver. Route combination ran. Always got to find him. Okay, so little things here. Again, we're not gonna pick on Pinky because he's not here, and he's played exactly this many plays at outside linebacker. Okay, so outside linebackers. If your tackle goes away, what do we do? Squeeze. Squeeze is the key word. Okay, because you're on block for a reason, right?
Looking for puller.
Exactly, and then if you don't have that, squeeze down the line or find the deepest man in the backfield. Would this have mattered? Probably not. But if he takes two less steps, he might be able to squeeze that down. Okay? Front side. Okay, so they run outside zone. So Nicholas should be thinking, I want to get to the line of scrimmage. Okay? And Victor flows over the top. He works too flat. That messes up your angle. Because that influences this guy. If he comes downhill, this guy's way wider, and you're in the backfield. You still get there. But little things. Again, the guy in front of you takes, as an inside linebacker, that guard in front of you takes off. You got to meet him. Not fall down 6 yards downfield. That was one of the early whistles. All right, but this I believe we stop him right here, right? Almost. No, we do stop him. Look at that.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Point out a couple things here at the end. Like this dickhead. 19, 21, and 23. Those guys can get fucked. Okay? Yeah, guys, I would say this is a good game, like to sit with a case of beer and just kind of laugh, because there are a lot of plays like that where that kind of happened. But let's look. But like guys, like we talked about in the game, okay? There's nobody attacking the running back's legs. Okay? And this is the smaller of the two running backs. Okay? And I use smaller in air quotes because he's taller than 36, but he definitely doesn't run as hard. And right now, I see a lot of guys trying to pull him back. Okay? We're smart. Okay? We pull him back, throw him back 40 yards backwards. Where does he get the ball? Where's momentum stop, right? So there's no point in pulling him back. What's the point? Get his ass on the ground. Okay? So somebody's got to attack his legs. This is going to be a theme for the rest of the game. So we're going to point it out now when it's not so bad. So when it happens later, when it is bad, we don't need to talk about it. We can move on. All right? Like, we fit pretty good, but we don't finish. Okay? So we got to get a lot better at our footwork coming out of our breaks for DBs. Identify. He sees it. Takes him 3 steps to get going forward. Now, he finishes. Okay, we limit the damage. But we got if we're going to play that far off, we have to be that much faster coming downhill. Okay, let's look real quick at the pass rush. Pinky, just go. You're being unblocked. That's how much confidence that the quarterback has in his arm. Okay, and it should be. And guys, and this is how, if we overload or anything like that, that's what we should be able to do offensively as well. Because it's a one-step drop. Hey, this is their equivalent of 59. Okay? Foot in the ground, ball. That's how fast it could be. So, here's one of our first examples of, we just blow straight up field. Okay, 79 can't block, so he gets beat, and then they just send two other guys upfield. Like they're running a power play here, a little guard wrap, and we've got way too much penetration. He runs behind. Get a little hip check block here. Put that one again. Put that one more time. Okay, which leads me to one little thing. I want to challenge you guys about stuff like this. We see this. This looks bad, right? When other teams do it to us. So the question I ask to you guys, and I want you to internalize it. You don't need to vocalize it. Why don't we do it? Not illegal. Okay? And if it is, it's only illegal if they throw a flag. It's not cheating unless you get caught. Okay? Maybe we're too nice. Okay? That's something I want to challenge you guys going into the second half of the year. Playing with a little more of an edge. Because it's noticeable when we play against a team that plays over the edge. Okay? It does. And you know what? It works. Okay? I ain't telling you to be, going after back knees or going after heads or stuff like that. But play to the echo of the whistle. Find a guy who ain't paying attention. Okay? And hit him legally. Okay? Play with a little more of an attitude. So maybe sometimes, where our mouths start to get the best of us, we can back it up a little more play. Okay? Talk about like how much MJ's talking shit with them. Gotta back it up a little bit. All right? Would it have affected this game? Probably not. But play against the wrong team who can't react well to stuff like that. They put themselves in bad positions. All right, moving on. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. Now, first thing, again, we're not going to pick on Pinky because he's not here, and again, he's 16 years old, and this is his first game playing. Okay, this is the first example, and this would be something good for you to be seen too, Noah. This is the first example of shit that he got away with playing junior football that you can't get away with playing senior. Okay, where you gotta attack these linemen. You're coming off an edge. Trust me, I have known this guy, for 13 years. There is nothing he wants more than to not have to do it. Okay, he was old 13 years ago. Okay, and if you are gonna run around him, he's like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." Okay, so when you're on the edge, if the first thing you do after you step on a pass rush is not have your hand on the guy, you're too far away, and then your angle of attack is wrong. Okay? Because the first thing you want to do coming off an edge in a pass rush is get your hand right down the middle of his body and get him moving backwards. Okay, you're on a shoulder. Get that hand down the middle of the V, okay, and use the link that creates to establish a pass rush. But if you're just looking to run around somebody, he will let you run around him. He'll just make sure you take the long way to get there. Okay? And that just opens up a massive cutback lane or a step-up lane for the quarterback. Okay? And again, he's a smart quarterback. He knows how to move in the pocket. Okay? He listened to me when I taught him how to move in the pocket. So a little bit of that, I'm sorry that I actually taught him this shit. Okay? But, so we get that. Also doesn't help that he's running away from strength because the stinger's out here. All right? That's fine. That's a tough situation for you there, Victor. I would say you did what you should be doing with him coming across. You're keep making sure he goes low on you, and because you actually do what you're supposed to, you can't get out the flat.
No, I think.
Do we have another one that we need to look at?
It's right Aaron. He gets a little like baby pushing right down.
Oh,
yeah.
79 was also on me.
No. I guarantee you that's a dead cockroach in their meeting room today.
It looks more like you. Because he's not like he's standing still and pushing you.
Yeah, too high. Okay, now the tag actually looks pretty good. I would say go a little more inside, Albert.
I don't think I did.
Well, okay, at least. Okay, then I will give you credit for admitting that.
But go to be fair, I'm pretty sure somewhere in the game you don't hear.
So you did tag without me. I know I called tag a few times.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that play George said that it was tag, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm pretty sure I was like.
So everything adds up. Okay, a couple guys do a couple things slightly wrong in that. Yeah. And again, he's a smart quarterback. He knows how to move in the pocket. He's always looking downfield, which is another annoying thing out here. With his eyes always back, you can't commit downhill, especially in man. Coverage-wise, we're okay. And MJ's got to stay over the top here to guard against the post. So the way that we contain him here is we do better on the line of scrimmage. Okay? So again, little things. Yeah, that fucker's good. I mean, let's look at our run fits. Okay. So who's this linebacker?
I look in and see pull-ups.
Okay, I mean he does get you in the shoulder, the back of the shoulder there. But all right, D-line wise,
they did that exact play all the time.
Yeah, that's a nice. Yeah, that's a good power play. So when we get power coming at us, instead of dipping or turning towards them, dip your outside shoulder to them.
Yeah, I need to wrong arm.
And wrong arm. Exactly.
It's just.
But I feel like I did that. I remember.
But again, that being said, I mean, you can't see it here. This gap has to be massive because they down block this perfectly. Okay, and backside linebackers can't flow one. Also, I think we have a blitz on, so there is no flow. I don't know if this is at the point in the game already where MJ's hamstring's gone. So, like, he should be filling there. But, yeah. It's sometimes you got to say it's a good play on the offense, too. They blocked it good. And you get T running, you get him downhill, he's hard to stop. Very hard to stop.
So can you that first very fast? Yeah.
your steps are a little big. That would be the only thing I would say. Is if your steps are a little bit smaller coming out of your read step, you can get across a little bit more. You won't get as deep, and you'd be a little bit better under control. Like you do meet him at 3 yards in the backfield. So a little bit small, a little bit square. Wrong arm him. All right. Okay. So again, notice the difference inside. That's what we need if we want to be successful on extra points. Okay. I know a lot of our guys are rushing to the outside. Okay. But that just solidifies what we need. The window to kick a ball is very small. Or that you need to get it through it doesn't have to be very big. Okay. So we've got to have the inside guys to be able to just stand still. The guys can run unblocked on the outside and we can still get the kickoff. All right. Right idea. Okay? This is listening to exactly what I told you before. Okay? You got one chance to catch the ball. We are unsuccessful with that one chance. And then you immediately fall on it. What you should do, we end up getting the ball to the 32-yard line. I'm happy. All right, back on offense. Pass protection's fine. Again, he won't have to run so much. Ball right there. He doesn't have to go any farther back. And the ball should be coming out right now. Now, that's great arm strength. Okay, we complete it. Not worried there. Okay, outside here. I would say better Casper, just try to do it in less steps. Just give him a shake inside and then step up. Then you just go right out. He is.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he was a senior player when I coached with the Rebels back in 2008. He's got a lot of fucking experience. It also means he's old. He's an old motherfucker. Okay, but he's smart. So we just gotta use what we have against him, which would be speed. These guys' eyes inside. It's cover 2. We get rid of it quick enough. Okay, good job working across the field. Yep. This is 61, right? Yep. Okay, so Casper, do you know what route you're running on 61 on the backside? At X?
Whip.
Okay, again, I'm giving you slack because, again, you found out when you got there that you were playing X. Or you found out on Thursday, I guess, that you're playing X. Remember, you do have that. Okay? So remember, 50s are never mirrored. 60s are never mirrored. Okay? So just because you got a fade on this side doesn't mean you got a fade on this side. Now, that being said, outside of our U16 team, I don't think I've ever had a quarterback who actually looks to the whip. Like, fortunately, our U16 quarterback only exclusively goes to the whip on 61. But doesn't matter. Again, same thing I would be telling MJ. Hey, foot in the ground right there. Like, the ball should be right here. That's open. Like, as soon as Carr's head gets around, that ball should be hitting me in the face mask right there. But taking too many steps. Pass protection, I think is fine. Okay, so they started. Well, that too. They started doing this and we should have noticed it a little bit better, that when the running backs went out, he went with. As soon as we recognized that, I mean, easy thing to say here would be that we would go to full slide away. If we don't get that, don't just keep kicking goat. Because you're kicking into nothing, and if anything, you're creating. MJ can't see over you. You're tall. So as soon as you see him widen, you're thinking, when he steps out there, he's wide enough that I don't care about him. Okay? This is the opportunity for you to turn inside and put your helmet on his kidney and knock his ass out. This is one of those great pass protection moments where this guy would have no idea that you're coming. Okay? Sebastian definitely gets beat. He did not have a good game. Okay? That creates the pressure. Okay? I think you guys do a pretty good job on the backside. With how this 23 guy plays, really work to make sure you guys don't get your heads buried in his face. Because he's good with his hands, and he can push pull. They actually did a pretty good job with the push pull a lot in this game.
No kidding.
Yeah.
With him, I don't get either. Move your legs.
Yeah.
Difference. 23 is never.
Yeah. And I would say, in a situation like this for Sebastian, and we knows that this guy is physically way stronger than him, it's hard when you're a center, but up and cut block.
Yeah.
Just straight down, head down.
Aaron did that.
Yeah.
It worked.
Can't anybody get the big Sebastian back at center?
Already talked. He was at the game.
We always raised the ring.
No, he's not even. He talked. He's interested.
Yeah, we know.
So what we need to make sure is that over the summer, you guys let him know that how much you're interested that he comes back. Okay. Yep, absolutely. Because like I and Sebastian knows this too. He would be better served not playing center just because of his lack of practice right now. Luckily, he's going to be practicing again more regularly after the summer with me, so he should get stronger. But anyways, yes.
I don't know if it was been put in.
Yeah.
He went so fast to.
Oh yeah, Philip is a problem. 66
What happened with the mic?
Mike has I don't know, family stuff.
And Emil was also out.
Emil was out. Yeah, he can't play games on Sundays.
Oh,
He has joint custody with his kid, so he can't play on Sundays. So, and then the other Wolfpack lineman, he's still hurt from the last time we played against them. He canceled at 5:00 in the morning.
Michael?
Yeah.
Okay, Michael I knew because of some Saturday.
Yes, which really pissed me off. But anyways, I'm digressing. All right, here we go. So we get offside penalty here. Yeah, we got away with a lot of those.
We got it offside, yeah.
Yeah, we got
the penalty. Yeah.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's like we got away with a lot of head bobbing.
At least two.
So again, Casper, with this, the best thing that you can do is as you are getting to the line, like you're coming up to the line, you're already looking at him and you're already pointing at him as you're stepping. And by the time your foot's down, if he hasn't acknowledged you, it's got to be set. Because you're waiting for something that you're expecting, but again, like we talked about earlier, doesn't necessarily have to come. I don't know why he doesn't see you. I'm guessing it's because there was the offside penalty on the last play, and they were bitching that our guys were moving, and yes, we were. So he's more focused on the line now. He's not focused on you. And then we get. So we get a makeup call on this one. Oh, that's because you were moving. So, anyways, so moving on. Get another penalty because this is the face mask. Okay, we have four on block linemen on this.
On MJ.
Okay, so this is supposed to be 17, I'm guessing. Okay, so we get the double team on the front side. Double team there is great. Boom, he's gone. Okay?
Shouldn't he just pitch it immediately?
Yes,
Yeah,
1,000%.
on him.
I would
I feel like I got the
based on this alignment, I would be thinking like Literally, he shouldn't even be thinking about keeping it.
Two-step.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
The Tyre got the linebacker, so I got
Yeah.
one of them.
So, and I think here we're a little bit too. I think both of us are a little bit too antsy to get downfield. Because again, I probably yelled at you guys for not getting to the linebacker. Is again, it's a double-edged sword. But we get a situation where I think you both try to go. Well, Casper, you're looking to help down a Sebastian because he gets beat,
Might be
and then Goat's already climbing because he's expecting to be able to climb.
I was expecting to take the tree, but he's like,
Well, even worse.
I think that's what
Yeah.
basically we're expecting a double team
Yeah.
there, but with hands and then misses. Casper is stepping into him that way. He's stepping and he's gone.
Yep. So that's why we got to really make sure when we get a situation where we're going to have a double team that the one hand guy in the double team, we don't step down into the dump, we step up. So that if he slants, he's going to slant right into your face, right into that inside hand, and that's going to give you a clear lane to go upfield. But if you step to him and he comes, I mean, you're already dead. And then what's going to happen is the best thing that's going to happen is you're going to block Goat. Because he took so he'd end up taking the right angle. Now, there you slipped because he went right away. So it does. All right, but we get a face mask penalty, so that play didn't even count. So it's even better. All right. So we get a scramble here. Again, I think we get it where, again, they're push pulling. So sit back, get length. Pat, 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 pop on the hands constantly. Don't just try to sit and get locked in. Backside, I think we're okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Both guys. Okay, good pickup on the backside there. Now again, 53. Right there, we should be looking to throw. I would tell Caro he's a little deep. I would tell Thomas he's even deeper. And then I would tell MJ that he should be looking at this side all the way. Okay? The only reason why I would say that, shorter throw. Easier throw. Okay? Yeah, he's right-hand quarterback. He's got to open up. But this is a classic case of he knows where he wants to go. Okay? Not that it's the right read. And it's a little difference. Okay? Like, to the average person, we know what our rules are for finding the routes opening up on 50s. Is this side necessarily wrong? No. Is this side better? Yes. Because it's an easier throw. And it's pitch and catch and 4-yard guarantee gain every single time. Split side. So when he's sitting, he's waiting, and then the secondary route isn't opening up. And that's what leads to the scramble. And that's right there where he pulls his hamstring. So, if anybody's to blame for him pulling his hamstring, they're looking at the wrong receiver. No, it's not. All right. Oh, 35. This is something I want to do more. This is something I want to get MJ to be able to do. And also, I want to we need to remember that we should do this more with either you or a Kyra quarterback and just running some straight option stuff. Blocking wise, we should be down to the backer, down to the center. Or, sorry, probably down to the 3, I guess. Down to the 3, double down to the backside backer, 1-on-1 here, down on the 3, pull, and then pull check on the 3. That's what we should be doing. Then play side linebacker should be taken care of by the pull. Backside linebacker hopefully would be one of these two guys coming out of the double team. Okay, again, a play we don't practice a lot. We need to practice more. I fully admit that.
No, I'm not sure.
I think that's it.
It definitely is 35.
I'm just looking at the backfield action and the fact that he's a quarterback.
I mean, we're definitely
But when nobody's pulling and I'm going.
No, well and again that could be. I mean, could be, and it looks like we're blocking 25, and we probably call 35. It's not 20. It's not 11 because of the backfield alignment. I can tell by that. Also, I know he's a quarterback, so I think I specifically said to run 35.
Don't we have the same backfield on 70?
35 is no.
25, 20.
Yeah, it's 2 by 0.
Okay.
Yep.
Pretty sure nobody in the line. But
No, probably not. Now that being said, this blocking this outside zone perfectly fine. I mean, it hits exactly the same way. And in fact, if we start using guys in the backfield a little bit better with this is something that MJ could run all day. But yeah, so
I'm going to go and reckon.
no, they're not. That definitely looks like outside zone. Okay. Now that we know it's outside, now do we block the outside zone? But right. I mean, not bad. We have to get better with the outside zone. Like our first steps are really slow. Okay, everybody, and we also have to kind of remember, like Sebastian gets beat a lot on outside zone because he's trying to get to the outside, but he's got a guy stacked straight in his face. So what should his footwork be if he's got a guy stacked straight in his face?
He's stepping.
Hunker down.
Yep.
Hunker down, and then let Casper take over. Okay? Because it's real hard to dig underneath and get around somebody who's right in your face. Okay? If he's on our shoulder, okay, now we're stepping, we're trying to get our inside hand down the middle, see if we can work around the corner.
You can also just do this, like not the outside, but up and this.
Yep.
That's done.
But if you're a guy like this who's maybe worried about strength issues, hunker down, and let the guy next to us get in there and help. We still gain 3 yards. Okay, 54 spacing again, little thing. And again, I'm picking on the new guy who's been at one practice. But trips, wide side of the field, outside receiver should be at least top of the numbers, or bottom of the numbers, if not top of the numbers. Okay, and then we can balance this a little bit better. Pass protection's fine. Okay, again, let's see where the receivers are in relation to when his feet get set. I mean, we should be ready to go here. I think he's looking to the problem with running 50s to the weak side in trips is you have one route. Okay, and this is where I think he started complaining about you guys not being able to break press, which, fair enough. So that's why, in a situation like this, you can't run a one-man route because you don't have time to come backside or front side. He should be here all the way, and he should be thinking either catching you right away or working 1 to 2. So what do we have? What do we have out here? I mean, to me, this script, it's 54. We should hit this right away. He should. I wouldn't be thinking of anybody else. I'd read here to here. But locked in. That's where he wants to go. That's a good effort, but again, it could have been made better by better pre-snap decision. Yeah, kind of same thing. If he doesn't want to go find somebody. Either go to him or find somebody else who is going. All right. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if he wouldn't have hit this, I would be here. Just talking about don't make these play one-man routes. I literally told him make this play one-man route because I told him, okay, look to the backside, Casper's wide open, and I got that idea based off the last play, where when he started moving away and how you started to drift, that your corner didn't follow you, so I knew you had him on the inside. Okay, pass protection wise, I think we do pretty good here. Yep, go. That's actually a pretty good job. Okay, he goes wide, you go with him, but you stay in the line of scrimmage. Mass, you come and help. You finish him off. Okay, now we still get 3 kind of unblocked guys, or we say let him get as deep as he wants on the backside, but you got to follow him. So our feet need to be a little bit better. Like we're hinging, but our feet got to move with the hinge, where he can't just turn the short way around the corner. Now, with the rollout, that should be okay, because if he's moving fast enough and he gets to his landmark, that shouldn't be an issue. And he does. Sets his feet enough. Easy. Okay, the extra point. This, again, I believe is 35.
Yeah, this is
Because I told him 35. I think we... See? Well, we don't get the pull.
no.
You let the end go.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, we get the down blocks. I mean, with like a play like 35, even if you don't get the pull, I mean, the down block between you two or the double team, one of you will work to the linebacker, and as in the perfect world, we want to get that linebacker to the back. We'll get to the backside linebacker. You get to the front side, and that's fine. Albert gets somebody. Who do you get? Is it your corners or the safeties down in your face? Yep. Doesn't know what's going on. All right. That's set up nice. Perfect. All right. Okay. Just real quick here, I got a message that I'm supposed to read to you guys. Before you let everybody go tonight, please give a message for me. We need senior players to show up for Thursday practices. The U19 team needs quality practices in June and July. Yes, well, you guys are showing up in June and July because you're coming to our practice. That shouldn't be a problem. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Okay. So, back on defense. Let's go one more series, and then we'll go through the summer plans. Talk about unlucky.
Go for it.
That's good job holding your ground. Getting the hand free. Okay. Play to the whistle. Like, it's nice to be nice and all, but do we really need to be having a conversation with the guy while the ball's still moving around? And we're... Sense of urgency, guys. You haven't heard a whistle. Get off the ground. Get running. Okay, so this is a lucky accident. I wanted you to blitz, Charles. I told you to go to the wrong side. And by the time you got there, you going to the wrong side actually made this play work a lot better. So I wanted you to blitz. I wanted you to blitz from the backside. If you weren't on this side, this is probably a huge play. One, because we are 15 yards off the ball as a corner. A little bit too far back. Again, read the backfield. You're really aggressive in your back pedal. But you getting to the wrong side forces him to throw it high. And we live to see another day. Great job.
All
All right. Good feet. Now play the ball. There you go. Okay, so this is important for the young DBs. Okay, play your receiver until his hands go up. Then when his hands go up, then play the ball. Okay, hands, ball, ours. That's it. All right, we'll go through this offensive drive. Again, 27. That's actually not bad. Coming back inside, Albert. I have this guy. Pay attention, line, to when the ball is snapped and when the four of you start moving.
I think you missed my time.
Oh, could be. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, but timing-wise, a little bit slow, and we got to get going. So like Casper here, when you step down, there's nobody there, start climbing. Start running. Okay? If this guy's beating you too much to the outside, go. Try to get your head across his play side knee. Cut him legally. I know you did. He gets behind you. Okay? Sebastian just needs to get his head up. Just be physical. He gets his head too high up. Okay, too many steps. A seam is not a 20-yard route. It's a 7-yard route for us. Like, if anything. So now with this, Albert, you technically have hitch fade read because you mirror the outside. Albert, you awake? Okay, I'm gonna make it. Okay, so when you see the linebacker isn't moving, probably sit down right there. But MJ, okay, is he open right there? Is the seam open there? No. Covered inside, cover over the top. Covered. Hitch is wide open. Now, throws a good ball through 3 guys. Okay? But wide open. That's predetermining where you want to go. Get your feet in the ground quicker. Okay. 63. Mesh looks okay. So as you come through the mesh, start feathering upfield. It's a little thing, but try to go more behind him. And again, I would tell MJ here too. Front side of mesh, you have 3 options. Back side of mesh, you have 2. And we have easy options on the front side. Because I would just go right here. Especially because it appears to be Thomas is blocking instead of running a corner. All right. And now we're punting. It's the first time we had to punt all day? 44 plays in the game of the first time? Okay. So we have to make an attempt to block on punt because this is a very short snap to just take off. Like if Mass is at 17 yards, yeah, just take off. But we got to at least get a hand on the guy. Okay? We shouldn't be stepping backwards. It's essentially everyone's running like outside zone. Take a step to your right, hit the guy in front of you. If there's nobody there, then you take off. Okay? We get it off. We got to run. Okay? Run vertical until you hear a direction. Run.
weren't having any return.
Then even better, run. Run. Why do we want to run? Stop the goddamn ball. Okay? It hits at the 5-yard line. Are we gonna run down to it? Probably not. But it'd be a good effort. All right. Fine kick. All right. So we'll stop it there. Okay, because we're slowly getting into the just repeating myself territory. Watch the film; it's there. Okay, so let's.
All right, so there you have it. Me breaking down with my players about 2 quarters worth of our most recent game. Ugly stuff at times, but it's what it is. I have all the respect in the world for my players taking the time out of their days, time out of their busy schedules to dedicate to football. And while this season has been frustrating for us, had a lot of roster turnover, had a lot of players playing out of position, guys playing 2 ways, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We still come out, we still put in the work, and it's still fun. So hopefully now that we are hitting into our summer break, be able to make a little bit more content here for the channel, and hopefully some written stuff as well. We've already got some irons in the fire there to get us through the summer months until we get into August and we get into fall camp, and we can really start ramping up for the 2024 season. So looking forward to that. So if you made it this far through the video, appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.